All right, we are live. What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 130. I'm your host, James, and I'm joined by the fanboy himself, Mr.
What's
Fan X Y.
what's up, everyone?
And of course, we got the great Ace Attorney, Ash Destroyum, aka
Yo, what up, guys?
every name or every song that was played was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or 3 or X. Yeah, you probably don't remember because I was like, you guys recorded that like a month ago. We uploaded the What's That OST and
Oh, that's
Ash.
what you meant. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Ash had. If you haven't watched that video, definitely go ahead and watch it. But I was laughing because multiple times, every time a song appeared, it was either Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, or Xenoblade Chronicles X. That was always his guesses. And I was
It,
just
it was it
laughing.
was the one I never forget is the one I screwed up on for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because it was I think it was like the Palace theme or something like that,
Hmm.
and like that's a song I don't typically listen to from that soundtrack. So I'm like, of course it's gonna be like somewhat obscure, but not really because it's like a general theme, you know. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like the Dress Spear Master has popped in.
Wait,
The
are we live?
dominant Bryant.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are.
Oh boy. Okay. I have to show off my my new threads. It's very important to me. Just give me a second.
All right. We were just doing the intro, so we got plenty of time. But while we get ready
Okay.
for Bryant to show us this, there is a little bit we are going to talk about today. We do have actually a special Bryant segment he doesn't even know about, so he's going to go ahead and
Wow.
have a segment of his own to inform us on something. Um, we'll keep that a surprise until he shows us what he needs to show us. And then, of course, we'll discuss some GTA 6. Like the trailer popped up this week, and I don't have much thoughts on that, but we'll talk about that. And we're also
Same
going to
here. Same
discuss the Nintendo Switch 2 predictions that Nintendo has. Their forecast for the Switch 2, which honestly, I think they can do. I think they can do beyond that, but we'll discuss that a little bit more later. But as always, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. If you're over on Twitch, hit that follow button as well. And of course, share the channel. That does help out a lot. What you showing us, Bryant? Oh, Expedition 33 merch. You got that from IGN
Oh,
store?
Nice.
nice. Okay.
Nice.
It was very important to me
Is
that
the
I got that in frame.
is the dev team getting their cut from the shirt?
Probably.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's
I
official
don't think they
merch,
would
so
be
I
able
assume so.
to. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they would be able to keep that money. Something like a company like
It's licensed,
IGN.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
I assume they get like a licensing fee or something,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
royalties or whatever.
IGN has a lot of things on their like store. A lot of cool shirts and stuff like that. Which if you haven't looked at it, they're pretty up there in price, but there are some cool designs. I think they have a cool Wind Waker shirt. They had one at least at one point. You guys know how right now my obsession is with Wind Waker. I'm very
I
obsessed
can
with
tell,
Wind
I can
Waker
tell
right
by
now.
your icon there.
On Discord, yep, I had to change it because I was like, you know what? I need to change my icon. I had Dragon Quest for too long, so let's go ahead and go with Wind Waker, and then we'll figure out what the
Have you been
next
playing it?
best thing. Well, Wind Waker.
Or are you waiting?
Oh, I'm waiting. Like I already played it on the Steam Deck, so I played Wind Waker
Mm.
HD on there. Like I've beaten that game so many times on GameCube. I've beaten it multiple times. Of course, I beat it on Wii U when it came out. I still have, even though I don't have my Wii U, I still have Wind Waker somewhere in one of my drawers. I decided to keep Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep those games regardless of I if I don't have a Wii U anymore or not. So I'm excited to play some Wind Waker again. The only thing I'm not excited about, and I completely forgot, is that the camera controls on GameCube was reverse. I don't like
And
that.
you can't
So
change it?
yeah, and you can't. Well, you could technically change it, but the way you change it is going into like the settings and changing the mapping. But what happens if
Mm.
you make the right stick, move the camera right, and the left stick move the camera left? The right will always be was it the right will always be left and left will always be right, if that makes sense. So when you're doing
Yep.
the wand, right? Or the Wind Waker, right? When you're using it, you'll have to kind of swap out, your left and right.
That's annoying.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you know what? I'll
So
try to
it's
get used to it.
inverted by default, and you can't change it. It's inverted. It's not
Yeah.
normal. Gotcha.
A lot of that era of games, I don't know how many people have actually tried playing the actual like that era of games again. Uh it all of it was inverted. I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Camera controls were inverted. Like all those games in GameCube, PS2 era were all inverted controls. And
Huh.
then I guess PS3 era they changed, which was kind of interesting. So
At
it
least Mario
is
64 even lets you change it.
yeah, Mario 64 does let you. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty sure there might be ways around it. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully Nintendo updates it to make it. I doubt it, but it'll be nice if they allowed you to make the right be right and left be left. Because I'm so used to that. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive in with what we've been playing. So I guess we'll start with you, Brian. I assume you're playing some more Expedition 33.
Yeah, I just finished Act 1. Are you guys all at where I'm at?
No,
I just got the last party member, so I
already.
think
The
I got
last party member in Act 1 or like the last party member period?
last party member in Act 1. So
Okay. James,
and
where are
like
you?
that was after the gestural arena thing that
Okay,
you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a little bit
so
after that. I got I forgot what his name is.
Esquier?
Yeah,
Phaneckswhy.
yeah. I got him, and then what was I doing? I went to the spot to get the rock where you see the Ferris wheel,
Mhm.
and
Yep, the cliffs.
then I was fighting an enemy. It was pretty tough for whatever reason. It was not one enemy; it's like a group of three, I think.
The
And
sword. What the sword
I
people
think
like
they have
that?
like a, I don't know if they have a sword. I don't remember if they have a sword or scythe. I don't remember for some reason.
Yeah, it's a
Anyways,
sword. Like they stab themselves and stuff.
yes, yes. Oh wait,
Yeah. Mhm.
I think so. I don't remember. No,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's one sword guy, and there's two of those scythe guys that have like that little orb, I
The
think.
spinny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was fighting those and I died to them. So I went to go ahead again and I was doing good. I was beating them. And then the RG Ally X crashed and restarted. And
Oh no.
I got pissed off and I just threw my RG Ally X. I didn't throw it. I put it aside and stopped
Placed
playing.
it somewhere.
Yeah, I was like, you know what?
That game's pretty good with auto saves though. Like I'm sure you're not that far back.
Oh yeah, it is thankfully so. But I was just upset. I was like, you know what? I need a break. Let me go ahead and play a real game like Mario 64. No, I'm just kidding. But I just dived into Mario 64 because it was, easier to go to. I was kind of upset. I hate when
um
things like that happen. I get upset and I like put the game aside for a little bit before I go back. But yeah,
I
That's
that's
want to
good.
where I'm
say
at.
That's healthy.
I want to say something for Brian's sake.
Mhm.
don't think you're using your mic. I think you're using your MacBook
Again?
Oh
mic.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like it.
good call out. I
Yep, you're
completely
right.
forgot.
Yeah, yeah. Just in case you look back to the podcast and you're listening to yourself and you're
Why is
cringing,
my audio
that's
so
for you.
crap? Yeah,
There we
I
go.
don't get it because
Now it's
it used to do default for the mic, and now I have to like change it every time. It's annoying. But okay,
Mm.
thank you for thanks for letting me know. Now I can sound gorgeous again.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that
problem.
too. Yeah, I guess we're all in this outside of you, Brian. You're ahead of us, but or actually, Fan, you didn't tell us where you're at. Where are you?
Uh, so I took a so I got Esquay, but then like I took a detour. Like
Hmm.
I didn't know where to go, so I just kind of randomly ran around,
Oh,
and I went
Did you
to
do
a
the Fight
state,
Club?
the Fight Club.
Yeah, there's like a Fight Club you can go to where you fight four different guys
The
individually.
Gestural Fight Club. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I didn't do that.
I think I did do
Um,
that. Yeah.
I stopped at the cliffs, like so I got
Okay.
the cutscene at the Ferris wheel, but before I got there, like I went and like got the mushroom. I beat Noko or whatever the gestural
Mm.
name is for his little
The turtle.
thing. Yeah, and that took a while just because like man,
There's someone that could beat you like in one shot.
yeah, almost.
Yeah.
That's the like that he shoots like a laser
He
and it
shoots
like
cannons, like he just like
yeah.
attacks like 3 times back to back, and then like it was just pissing me off. So every time he beat me, like I'm like I'm gonna take this guy down, like,
Hmm.
and I finally did. But then like after I got Esquay, I was like, where am I supposed to go? Like I don't know. So I just started like randomly running around. I started
The map.
unlocking
Remember, the
bridges.
map
Like
shows you because
Yeah,
when
the
you
map
get an
shows
ending,
you.
it shows you a
I
world
know,
map.
but since there is no mini map when you're like in the actual levels, I
Mhm.
forget about the map on the world.
Uh,
Like I forget about it because like you don't
Mm.
have a mini map really in the game at
which
all.
is kind of dumb. I mean,
So like
I don't
I forget
mind
that
it
it's there.
honestly.
I
I'm
forget that it's
like
there.
yeah.
But
I
I went to like a stage where there's like a giant like Nevron like on a mountain.
Mhm.
I don't think I went there.
Yeah, see, I don't think I was supposed to go there, but I went
Probably
there.
not.
So I just went there anyway, and I was just exploring, running around, and like killing enemies and leveling
Mhm.
up. I killed a freaking another one of those mimes, and
Oh,
got like
yeah.
a hairstyle for
Did any of you guys
Daryl.
do the platforming stage yet to get a swimsuit? Did you any of you guys do that yet?
Yeah, I got
No.
that.
No,
It,
I
it
haven't done
only
that
took me
yet.
Yeah.
two tries. It was fun.
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't done
cool.
that
Like
yet.
a buddy of mine, he found the platforming very annoying, and he's kind of grumbling about it and stuff. But yeah, and like to be fair, like yeah, the platforming in the game isn't great. Like it's not a platformer, but I kind of like it in a silly way, like in a
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if I can do this kind of way, kind of like Fall Guys a little bit, where it's like
Yeah.
the platforming isn't meant to be solid. It's meant to be kind of like silly and challenging and frustrating, and it
Mhm.
kind of goes with like the mime theme of the game, in my opinion, like where the mime is like kind of silly and
Yeah.
it kind of is in that same realm.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
anyway,
yeah, to me, I think it's, I'm with that. The platforming is frustrating because there are some parts where you have to jump and try to make it, like, outside of that, and I remember I missed it could be just the ROGLIX too, but, like, I've missed a jump because when I pressed it, it just didn't, like, react. I'm like, "Come on,"
mm,
you know? But it could be the ROGLIX, as I do have frame gen turned on, and that does give you a little bit of a delay.
mm,
Which I say it might be, but at the same time, like I parry and evade, like
pretty well.
yeah, exactly. So I don't think that's it. Um, but
I can't wait to see what you guys think of the beach with the platforming section. It's really
I
interesting.
haven't
It's
gotten there
like
yet.
can you
Yeah,
you ever
do
I
see like
I,
that
the
where
America.
I thought it was
where
fun.
we're at? Can you
Mhm.
do that?
Yeah, you just like kind of go a ways. I don't know what direction it'd be, like northwest, and there's a beach
It's like
you can go to.
far west, far left.
Okay.
Yeah, and you go there, and literally the only point of it is this like platform. It's kind of like you guys ever see like American Ninja Warrior or
Hmm.
that
Mhm.
one show that had like bad dubbing and it was like a Japanese show or
Yeah.
whatever. Like that's kind of what it's like. It's like this little obstacle course thing you
Oh, I
run,
did
and
see it.
it's silly.
Yeah, it reminded me of that game that everybody was playing. Only Up. Like it looks like that's what it's supposed to
Oh
be.
yeah, a little.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a nod to that because there are nods to other games in this game
Oh yeah.
as well.
Did you see the triple triad nod from Final Fantasy VIII?
I did
That
not. I remember. Well,
yeah
I've
to
seen it on like Twitter, but I didn't see it like
okay.
in the game.
Yeah,
Because
they're in
it's
the
the
Gestural
Gestros,
Village.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're like we're playing double dyad, and it's like
Oh,
okay, I see what you did there. I like that.
yeah, it's kind of cool. Has anybody else been playing anything else aside from that, or are you just fully locked in on that?
Yeah, just
Um,
33. That's it.
I loaded up Battle Network on my Switch.
Oh, nice. Did you get it from Amazon at
Oh
the
yeah,
price?
yeah.
Yeah, for the physical
I
copy, it's
definitely love the
not bad.
game.
Is it the full game on the cartridge, or is it half downloaded and half um what's it called? Half downloaded and half on the cartridge? Because that was the only thing that worried me with that. There was nothing that says it is, but nothing that says it isn't.
I don't know what you mean. I mean, it just has Volume 1 and Volume 2 in the back.
Yeah, well, I'm saying because sometimes like games that have like a volume 1 and volume 2, like Mega Man X on the Mega Man X collection, for example,
Mhm.
the first 4 games are on the cartridge, and then the rest of it you have to download as DLC.
Yeah, I didn't have to download anything as DLC.
mm,
Okay,
It
cool.
just I just loaded it, and it has like almost kind of like a launch where like I pick which volume I wanted to play,
Okay, cool. See,
and
yeah,
then that
so
was
then
it.
everything is on there. Yeah. The Mega Man X collection, I think the Mega Man collection as well, like the normal Mega Man collection. I think you also have
really, just
to
1 through 8. Those games are so small, though. You'd
I
figure
know.
that they would put them all in the cart.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would think the same thing too, but yeah, those I believe I could be wrong on that. I know X for sure,
Okay.
but the Mega Man collection, I think so as well. Like I don't have the regular
Yeah,
Mega Man collection on the Switch. I only have the X.
X5, X6, 7, 8, like those
Hmm.
are specifically 7 and 8 are bigger games, so I could definitely see that
Yeah,
being a
because two
download. But
games.
1
Yeah.
through 4, I don't know. But also too, I kind of have like Lunar as like my chill game, like if I'm in bed with
Hmm.
my Steam Deck, because I don't want to play Expedition on my Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Like I want to play that on my big screen with everything. But I've been playing Lunar as well and getting further into that,
Nice.
and I'm still really enjoying it. Except I missed something that's going to require me to do another
Yeah.
playthrough to I told you
Get the
to get the
trophy.
platinum. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the other game I've been playing, and Ash and Fan will remember this. Years ago, I complained that I haven't finished this game, because for whatever reason, every time I get to a certain point, I just stop. And then like I will restart it later on. But I finally decided, you know what? This is gonna be the moment I finish it. It is Minish Cap. I never finished Minish
Oh,
Cap. And I was like,
Oh,
let
you
me
never finished
continue
that
my
game?
playthrough. And so I am getting close. I'm getting close. I'm at the like I think second to last dungeon before the end of the game.
Okay.
So I was like, I will beat this
nice.
game this time. So I'm trying to like force myself to, which is another reason why I've been going back and forth. Like I'll play Expedition 33 one day, and then the next day I'm playing Minish Cap. And then I usually take my Switch with me like to work so I can play that there because it to me that's a game that I can easily drop in, drop out. The Switch has the lovely thing of being able to put in standby and then pick it up whenever.
Yeah, the little
Where
save states too.
yeah, and the save states, which help out a lot.
Yeah.
Where Expedition 33 is a game that it needs my full attention because the parrying, the dodging and stuff like that. It's like a Souls game
What
in
made
that sense.
what made you stop playing Minish Cap? Like, what was like your roadblock that would always like stop you?
So the first time is I got lost. I didn't know what to
Mm,
do, and I just like stopped. The second time I started it and I got to the same spot, but I knew what to do this time and I just randomly stopped. And then when it came on Nintendo Switch Online, I got past the spot I went to, and then I just randomly stopped again. I just have that
Gotcha.
habit of like for some reason with that game, I stop like halfway and I just call it a day. But no,
Hmm.
enjoying it. Like it's a fun game and it's like the nods. Like I didn't realize when you get the Ocarina, it's the sound from Super Mario Brothers 3. So have you ever played the flute in Super Mario Brothers 3? You know when you play the flute, it's the same exact tune. Uh
Isn't it do 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 do
yep,
do that?
yep,
Yeah.
it's the exact same tune. And I was like, oh look, that's a cool nod. From Capcom of all people, because Capcom is the
Right.
developer of Minish Cap, which is awesome. Honestly, I think Capcom should. Well, I don't know if the original team is still there, but if the Minish Cap team slash Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons team is there, that would be kind of cool if they could make another Zelda game. Oh, and there's a nice Easter egg where you see I forgot their names, but the Oracle of Ages, I think they're the goddesses, right? I don't remember. Like the
Isn't
two
it one called
girls.
Nehru?
Yes, I think Nehru and the I don't know. I forgot the other one, the
The
red
blue
one.
one is Nehru, isn't it?
Yeah, the blue one is Nehru, and then the red one is in Seasons. But yeah, they're
Right.
both there. And there's a green one, which I don't remember the green one. Um,
Din.
well, yeah, Din would be the
No,
name,
it's
but like I don't remember
Peru.
the green and was
Peru.
it?
No, I'm saying Din is the red one just
Oh,
because I
okay,
wanted to
Jin's
close that
yeah.
circle.
okay. But I don't remember there
It's the
being a
name.
green
It's the
one in
name of the
Ages or
dragons
Season.
in Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, you're
The
right.
3 dragons is
Yeah,
the goddesses' names.
I forgot about that. Well, no, is Nehru was his dragon? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
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 Okay, you're right. But anyways, yeah, I'm hoping to finish that. And then Mario 64, like I mentioned, I was playing that every now and then because it's just a good drop in and drop out. Like do get a star, go to sleep, things like that.
Go to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The game that I will say it stands the test of time, but I don't know, it's like a comfort game you can always go back to.
Oh, it's amazing. I
Hmm.
mean, the music,
Yes.
it just remember it being such a seminal point. I mean, in our lives, because when that game came out, we were like 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah.
Well, I know I was. I don't remember how old you guys are compared
I
to
mean, I
me,
would have
but
been
it came out
like 7 or something
96.
like
So,
that. Yeah.
which
Yeah, I
which
was
which game?
7.
Mario 64, 96. How old were you?
0.
Oh, really? Okay, so you
Yeah.
don't have the same you don't have
0.
the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
I was born
reverence
in
as we
I was
do.
born a year. I was born a year after. So
Yeah.
Okay. So, but it's just a very special game. So I don't know about you guys, but I remember like seeing it for the first time in Toys R Us and being just totally flummoxed by the analog stick and like
Hmm.
moving my character in 3D. And then eventually, like Blockbuster had it that was by my house, and I could go there all the time. And I started to get good at it, and I fell in love with it. And then I rented a N64, and I played the crap out of it. I remember when I rented the N64 for the first time, my mom was like, "Now don't call your best friend over to play it because she'll want to play it too. Like just you play it, you play as much as you want. And then when you're done, then call him over." And then I did. And then, just one of those things you kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
As you're older and you could buy whatever you want. Pretty much as when you're a kid, like like your parents couldn't afford to buy you a $200 console. Like we'll rent it from Blockbuster, and then you
Yeah.
get it, and it's like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. That's true. Back then, you were able to rent consoles. You can't do that
Yep.
nowadays. It's like you don't have the
Luckily, I
console.
had
Well,
New Year's money.
good
Yeah,
luck.
go to Rent a Center or
so
whatever it's called.
had
Mhm.
Chinese New
Where's
Year
my
money, so
Hollywood
I just
video?
used that to buy my 64.
Nice. Yeah, I first played it with a friend of mine's, my next door neighbor got a 64 and he had Mario 64, so that's when I first played it. And then my other neighbor had Mario Kart and a bunch of other games. So that's how I played the 64 first. And then eventually we got a 64 with Ocarina of Time and GoldenEye as the games. And I think I've said this story before. I was so upset that I got GoldenEye because I wanted Zelda, and I got so mad because Zelda was for my brother, my younger brother. Well, I only have younger brothers, but it was for my brother. And then me, I got GoldenEye, and I was telling my dad, I was like, I don't want this game. And he's like, well, you got this for Christmas, so you're gonna have to play it. I was like, no, it's like you got it for yourself. That's why you wanted to play GoldenEye, and of course you wanted to play it. But eventually, of course, I fell in love with GoldenEye. It was fun, really fun game. I didn't realize how much I was gonna like it. Uh, but yeah, and then of course we got Mario 64 and all those other games. Yeah.
Pilot Wings.
Yep. Well, Pilot Wings I never played actually. Uh,
Really? Oh, that
yeah,
game was
my
phenomenal.
64 game list was small. Part of it was because my introduction to RPGs, like when I played Breath of Fire 4, my taste in games kind of like shifted like drastically. It went from I don't care about my 64 to I need Final Fantasy 7, I need Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, Legend of Dragoon, Legend of Legaia, what's the other game? Wild Arms 2. Uh I mean, I can't even remember all the RPGs I had on PS1. And of course a Street Fighter nerd as well. Did a lot of Street Fighter. Um yeah, Smash Bros too. Smash Bros was there. But that's
Mhm.
not PlayStation, that's N64. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about our first topic, which I think is probably going to be a short topic for us. So anybody who's expecting a lot from us is probably going to be disappointed. But that is GTA 6. How many people here are actually big GTA 6 or GTA fans in general? I'm not.
I mean, I used to back then,
Hmm.
but I mean, it kind of just died out with me.
Hmm.
Died out after 5 when it first
Well,
released,
that's the
I
last one
guess.
that came out.
Yeah.
That was like
Well,
12
when it
years
first
ago.
released.
Okay.
When it first released, which is a long time ago.
No,
Yeah.
So yeah, um, yeah. So the thing, yeah. So when I played it on 360 or in PS3, I had fun with it, but like it didn't give me like the same experience like it did when I played San
Mhm.
Andreas and on the other games too.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm just like, it is what it is. I guess they're trying to aim for more realism when it comes to
Yeah.
GTA for future GTA games, which is this is what 6 was looking like to me. I mean, graphics look amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like with the trailer that they showed, it was just another cinematic trailer. It didn't show any gameplay, which I was really hoping for. And
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. Looks like I'm watching a movie. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And
Does,
people were
does,
praising this up and down
does the
like it's the
main
gospel. I'm like,
on the trailer, does the main dude look like a buff version of Paul Walker?
I mean, I wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised if that's what I did, but not so much. But I can see what you're
Yeah.
saying. I don't think so. Uh, but I can see it. I wouldn't be surprised if they were inspired by him. Because like,
You know, it's
Yeah, it's just
yeah, what were we gonna say, Brian?
I
oh, we're gonna say Ash.
oh no, sorry. I was just saying it's just the overall trailer. I just feel like I was just watching a movie. I'm not watching a video
Yeah,
game. That's my issue with
I
it.
mean, really,
To
really
be
good
fair, they came
graphics.
Like
out.
so far. Hmm?
To be fair, they came out and they said that that's all in-game stuff like that. Like
Supposedly,
it's
Oh,
not
oh,
like cinema.
I know. I
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, I know. They even say it was captured by PS5, which I'm like,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
fine with
not even
that. But
PS5 Pro, like PS5. That's
But
pretty
I
cool.
mean, for me,
so,
whenever they
I'm
say
like,
that, like, I don't care because I've seen so many times they say captured on an actual console, but then the
Like
game comes
Killzone
out.
2.
Yeah, and then the graphics are nowhere near the same. Like Gears of War is another one. Like when Gears of War, the prequel that's coming out on the Series X, not the recollection that's coming out, but the
E-Day.
prequel. Yeah, like they showed that and it's like captured on Series X. I'm like, man, graphically this looks amazing, but I doubt it's still gonna look like that because you can capture that, and then when they get the gameplay and they're like, oh shoot, maybe this is pushing it to the limit. Let's go ahead and lower some of our graphical settings there so we can get this to run stable.
The amount of money though invested in that game and the amount of
Hmm.
people working on it, I bet it's gonna look really nice. And just to
Yeah.
kind of circle back to the question you asked about Grand Theft Auto and fans. It's really funny, James, because you and I were actually just talking about Grand Theft Auto 3 on our Split Fiction playthrough last
Yep.
week. We were talking about kind of what a big deal that was when that came out on PlayStation 2 in 2001,
Yeah.
and just how amazing it was to just drive around and do whatever you want and have everybody chase you and
Yep.
hijack cars and beat people up or whatever. And it was just such a big deal when it came out. Like the closest approximation of that game before it came out was probably that game on PlayStation 1 called Driver, You Are the
Yep.
Wheelman. Do you
I
remember
remember
that game?
Driver. I have Driver 1 and 2. Yep.
And I like doing that in that game. Like you could just like drive around and do whatever. And
Yeah.
I used to spend like hours doing that, just like driving around. And you can't really even do anything in that game. Like you can't run into pedestrians because they
Yeah.
all run away or whatever.
Yep.
But then Grand Theft Auto came out and it was a big deal. But to answer your question, like I'm absolutely gonna buy 6 when it comes out. I wouldn't call myself a hardcore Grand Theft Auto fan. I did
Yeah.
finish Grand Theft Auto 5 and I did enjoy it. But I'm totally gonna buy it, and I'm sure it'll be a really good time. But as far as like these people that are like salivating, I didn't even bother watching the trailer. But I'm looking forward to it. But it's
Yeah.
I'm all I can say is I'm excited that it got pushed back because that means that this game may be on the glide path to perhaps win GOTY this year.
Yeah.
That's I'll be hoping for.
I mean, yeah, we did talk about that on the Split Fiction, and like, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I don't know what the right word is, like arrogant maybe. But I feel like I outgrew Grand Theft Auto. Like to me, I don't see the appeal of it no more. Like open world games are now plenty,
Yeah,
and
yeah, same.
I
Same.
yeah, and it's just like I don't know. Maybe it could be all those hours I put in Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City that kind of like, all right, I put in lots of hours in those games, and I beat the story mode, and then I would just go ahead, go home, and then what I would do is I would get 5 stars, have the military come after me, and see how long I could survive.
Yeah,
Stuff like that, and
that's fun.
yeah, exactly. And then I think I just outgrew it, and I get it. They have nice cinematic storytelling stuff like that, but I'm like. I don't know, when I think of, like, gangster type stuff, I was like, I'd rather just watch a movie, than play it. That's just
Yeah.
me
Mhm.
in my opinion. The last game similar to Grand Theft Auto that I really enjoyed, and it's really because of the combat, is Sleeping Dogs. The combat was
I need to play
amazing
that.
in
Yes,
Sleeping Dogs.
really,
Uh,
really good game. Really, really
yes,
good
I
game.
I think you can find it on Steam on sale for, like, $2.
I
Uh
own it.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, you do? Okay. It's
Never played
really
it though.
good. It's really good. Like the combat because like kung fu, and you go to like a teacher and he teaches you like new move sets. So you have hand to hand combat, but of course you have guns too. And the premise is nice too because well, the True Crime games, which is what this was originally before they changed the name, is instead of you being a gangster, you're a cop. So it's like is the opposite of Grand Theft Auto, but has Grand Theft Auto vibe. So really, really cool. Loved it. The voice actor, you know, I mean, he's a real actor too. So he's not just a voice actor. He does do I mean, all voice actors I guess are real actors, but he has been in movie roles, TV show roles and stuff like that. It is really, really good. So yeah, highly recommend Sleeping Dogs. But yeah, GTA 6 looks amazing graphically. I will say one thing, I always like their art style for like the I guess you would say like the cover art or any of that stuff. The thing that I guess I enjoy more about this is it is based in Florida, and I like trying to see like, okay,
You'll be
what
right at
area
home,
is
guys.
what? Yeah, exactly. It's like what area is what? We know Vice City is based off of Miami. They had the Everglades there, which I forget what they call it, but like it's basically the swampy area, which is the Everglades. Have you ever been?
James,
What is it?
was that you in the trailer? That guy fighting the alligator in his pool? Was that you?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Fun fact, by where I live, there was somebody that showed on their ring camera. There was a alligator on their driveway. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
really?
yeah. It's actually quite common over here. The rule of thumb, if you ever come to Florida, the rule of thumb is if there's any type of body of water, especially if you can't see through it, there's probably an alligator in it. So
No thanks.
don't
yeah,
just
pretty
jump
much.
in water. Um, always double check that. But yeah, alligators are everywhere here. Uh, but yeah, we seen that. We seen what looks to be the Everglades and Key West as well. There's another place that basically is going to be Key West. But then what really got me is there's a mountain place. There is no mountains in Florida. Like
It's very flat.
there is very flat. Well, when you get to like Central Florida, which I'm closer to like Central Florida now, where I live, there's now higher hills, right? There's hills that go taller than higher than the trees. So you can kind of see that, but like it's not everywhere, right? It's not you know Virginia or anything like that. There's no mountain rangers or nothing like that. There's no rock mountains basically. But this place has it, and my theory is like, okay, it's based off of probably like or not North Carolina, like Georgia or like Alabama in that area. And when you read the description, it kind of makes sense. It's gonna be based off of that area. And then there's one place that I still don't know where it is, and they're saying it's a port town. Originally, I was thinking it's like Tampa, but the way they make it seem, it's like there's all like biker gangs and all this other stuff. I'm like, that's not Tampa. Like, if anybody that's been to Tampa knows that's not Tampa. So I'm thinking maybe like Port Charlotte or something like that. But yeah, I kind of like picking out stuff like that because it's just cool. It kind of like I originally when I lived in New York and I play a game that's based in New York, I'm like, oh, I know where that's at. I know where that's at. This game makes me want to pick it up just so I can say the same thing. Oh, I know where this is or what this is supposed to be and so forth. So, yeah, I wonder how a Grand Theft Auto in Wisconsin would be.
It'd be like
Welcome.
Milwaukee and Milwaukee, probably.
Just a bunch of Packers fans being angry. Like,
Yeah, a lot of drunk people. Yeah.
yeah. So
Cow tipping.
any
Yeah.
last thoughts on GTA 6?
I think
Nothing
the
either
word you
here
were
or there.
looking for before is pretentious, by the way.
Pretentious.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't think you were, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I know that I think that's more so what you're saying. You're like, I'm too highbrow for this
Yeah.
going around shooting stuff thing. I
Yeah.
think that's what you're looking for. But arrogant works too, probably.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, no, I mean, I don't think you're pretentious either, James. It's just
No, I
that
don't either.
we already know what we're expecting from a GTA game at the end of the day. So
Mhm.
I don't really think they're gonna like pull anything new with a new iteration. It's gonna be just a new story, new
Better
place to chill
graphics.
around and do
New
better
characters,
graphics and
like
do
Mhm.
partners.
GTA stuff, and that's it. So it's just I don't know.
It's funny you
I just
bring
need
that up.
gameplay.
You bring that up. How many times do people complain about other games that kind of do the same thing? But then it seems like
Call
GTA
of Duty.
6 is getting a pass. Well, I guess Call of Duty is
Yeah, I
also
know.
another thing. But like, people complain like if let's say a new Mario game comes out, they're like, oh great, it's another Mario game. We know what you're getting. It's the same thing over and over. Right? But like GTA 6 is technically, you know,
Same thing over and over.
To
same
be
thing over and
fair,
over.
5 came out didn't 5 come out on PlayStation 3 in like 13 or 14? Like, we're
True,
not
yeah.
exactly bereft of
I
Grand
think
Theft
it's like
Auto
20
games.
years.
Like,
Almost 20. No, I lied. No, it's
it's like
definitely not 20
it's like
years.
12 or 13 years.
Yeah.
So I give them a bit of a pass to come back out with something bigger and badder. Like, we're not swimming in these games. They have a
Yeah,
they,
they're not
it's
like phone
not
upgrades. Not like every
right.
year.
5's been around a while. They've gotten all the money in the world out of
Yeah.
that game.
I'll say this: all the money they've been making off of GTA Online, they better put that shit to good use for GTA 6. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, they
Probably.
are.
Yeah.
I better see it.
Well, I'm sure the bigger
Yeah.
the bigger product is not even GTA 6, it's GTA Online 2 or whatever. They'll
You know what's really
announce.
interesting
And
to me?
yeah,
Mhm.
Or like what's I don't understand is that, like, I understand if they would push it out, or if they'd have to push it out like a couple months, if they like pushed it out to November
Mhm.
2025 or something. But the fact that they set this date, I don't remember when that first trailer came
Yeah.
up. They were like, 2025, and they set the date, and then they're pushing it back another year. Like, it just is so crazy to me that they didn't know at the time that this is going to take another year. Like, that's
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of lack of foresight that
Yeah.
they didn't realize they need that much time. Is it they were trying to like capture the moment, like the fire, and say, oh, it's coming really soon, and now they're like, oh, never mind, it's coming out next year. I just
I
think it's kind
wonder.
of odd. Like, a few months delay, interesting, but a year is a lot.
It's
I
the
wonder if it has to do with like new GPUs with driver issues coming out, causing problems.
well, it's not coming out on PC though.
It's true.
It's
Hmm.
it's PS5 and
Yeah,
Series X only.
well, maybe it's because like PS5 Pro, right? Like, so
Possible.
now you got like 2 new profiles you have to
Mhm.
like basically troubleshoot and bug.
And Switch 2. No, just kidding.
But I mean, and
I
it
mean,
could be coming
never
out to
know.
PC at some point. So you
Maybe.
never know. They could be working on like, hey, we're gonna test it on PC too, just to see, and then they'll probably
Is it
release a PC one down the
It'll
line.
come there
isn't
eventually, I'm
Red
sure.
Dead Redemption 1 on Switch too?
Yes. Or it's on
Or
Switch.
Switch 1? I mean, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or on Switch, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I thought so. I mean, we don't know. Maybe, possibly. I doubt it. I doubt they'll push it back just for Switch 2, but would be
No,
interesting.
it
I
would be.
wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo went up to Rockstar and be like, "Hey, make it happen." Yeah, I doubt it, but who knows? Because that's another revenue source for Nintendo. If GTA Online 2, right, is a big source of revenue because each store is getting their 30% cut. So Nintendo gets in on it. They're getting a 30% cut. That's a lot of money that they're getting there. Yeah. We'll talk financial stuff later on just in the podcast today. All right. Moving on to the next topic. This is what I call the Bryant segment.
Oh boy.
You have played Death Stranding, I assume, right?
Oh, I platinumed it twice.
Okay. I don't think anybody else here has played Death Stranding because I started it and I fell off. So I do want to know your take on how excited are you for Death Stranding 2?
It's the only game that I can see in 25 coming close to Claire Obscure for my game of the year. That's how
Mhm.
excited I am for it. Everything that I love everything about Death Stranding. I love the the world. I love how the world looks. I love the
Mhm.
music. R.I.P. Low Roar. Like that adds so much to the soundtrack. I don't know if they're gonna have any Hideo put any music of his in DS2, given the fact that he passed away way too young.
Mhm.
I love the characters. It's kind of going back to the word pretentious. It's kind of that Hideo Kojima pretentious thing, but I love his pretentiousness because he is so knowledgeable about film and he's such a great storyteller that even when it's batshit, like the guy with the guitar, with the electric guitar, like shoots stuff,
Yeah.
and Troy Baker's character, like that stuff is so cool. And you kind of think of Metal Gear Solid 2 and
Mhm.
the roller skating bomb guy and all
Batman.
that stuff. Like that stuff's so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. I love Norman Reedus's acting in it. What's her name? Leah Seydoux. She's great in it. I'm very particular when it comes to how I organize things, and I don't know if you could call me probably OCD in some way, but I love the building aspect of the game, like how easily my top three best moments of my life when it comes to video games are when I created zip lines in the mountains of Death Stranding and a
Mhm.
delivery that would be arduous. You'd have to go up like 3 mountains and you'd be lucky to have all your packages not fall off. That becomes a cinch. You can get it done in seconds when you have zip lines, and when you get that network set up for the first time, it's magic. It's incredible. And I remember when the game first came out, I was very tepid on it. I was very ambivalent. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I like Hideo. It looks interesting. I like how desolate the world looks. I bet the story will be interesting. But I was very, I don't know about it, right? And then I played it and I got it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna deliver this package over here, not drop anything, and then you get the motorcycle and you can carry more and you get there quicker and you don't damage anything and you get the 5 stars. It's very 2020 coded as far as like kind of what ended up happening in the world, which is kind of an
Mhm.
interesting
Yeah.
side note, is that Hideo kind of predicted what ended up happening. And then the tagline for Death Stranding 2 is "Should we have connected?" And that's kind of ominous if you ask me. But I'm very, very excited for Death Stranding 2. I haven't looked at any of the trailers except for the initial one or two because I
Mhm.
want to go in knowing nothing. I want to go in completely blind.
Gotcha.
But yeah, my hype level for Death Stranding 2 is at a 10, and I can't think of another game this year that I'm as hyped for besides Claire and this game. I'm trying to think of another one that's coming out this year, but yeah, very hyped.
Yeah, with Death Stranding, I only did the very beginning, and I will say this, like the just having the so we all know I hate inventory management. I hate when you're way down. And this has both of them where you have to not really manage inventory, but right, you have the packages, you have weight, and then basically based on that weight, that's how you move around. Um, I just didn't like that I had to press like R2 to kind of like if I'm shifting, I had to press R2 or hold R2 and L2 to make sure that I'm steady and like all this other stuff. And that was
When you get
getting to me.
vehicles, it changes a lot. It
Yeah,
becomes a
I've
lot
heard
easier.
that. They said once you get the
Yeah.
vehicles, it's better. Some of the stuff was a little bit easier because since I played way later, I think when did I play? Like 2022, 2023, maybe. So there was already things already built. Like there was ladders
Hmm.
around. It
Yep.
was very easy for me to get around. Um, but I guess the biggest thing, and I'm only in the beginning, the biggest thing that I wasn't liking it wasn't that much combat. and it's my fault because I went in thinking Metal Gear Solid, which I shouldn't have,
Mm-mm.
but I did go in thinking Metal Gear Solid, and it's not Metal Gear Solid at all. So I don't know. I might go back to it. When I got the Steam Deck originally, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get Death Stranding, and I'm gonna
It's
go
verified on
ahead
Steam
and
Deck
play
too.
it. It is, yeah,
Mhm.
but I never picked it up. So who knows? Maybe,
What
hey,
does it
maybe if it
run
comes
on
out
the
of Switch
Steam
too.
Deck?
What's up?
What'd you say?
How does it run on the Steam Deck?
I mean,
It
30
runs great.
FPS. Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was
Hmm?
60. I thought when I played it was 60.
was it? Oh, maybe I thought it was 30. Yeah, but yeah,
I could be wrong.
yeah.
Oh, I'm shocked. Okay,
hmm
interesting.
James, I will tell you though that there are combat parts in the game that come later. Like there's certain missions and there's certain things because there are these camps of these like mercenaries. I don't remember
Yeah,
what they're called, and they usually have a cache in the middle of it that you have to get supplies. Or if you're
yeah,
able to sneak past them or kill them all, you can get a bunch of like really valuable supplies. So you that definitely does come into play later on, but. No, it's not like constant combat encounters like Metal Gear.
yeah,
In Death Stranding, your environment is the enemy. Like that's the best way I can
hmm
put it.
yeah. I just remembered Metal Gear Solid Delta comes out this year,
That's coming
August.
soon. Yep.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like I'm intrigued because it's a Kojima game, and I know the story. Like I spoiled myself and saw the story, and I like the story because Kojima stories are really good. I think I've liked almost everything he's ever done, except Death Stranding. Like I love Zone of the Enders. I wish we can get
Mhm.
a new one, but we can't. Metal Gear Solid, of course. I obsess over Metal Gear Solid, a lot. Like even to this day, I love Metal Gear Solid. I wish we got. Well, we're getting Delta, which I'm happy. But before Metal Gear Solid 3D was the best way to play Metal Gear Solid 3. You can fight me all you want. Outside of the bad frame rate that it had, I wish it was like 20 to 25 FPS and never hit a steady 30. The gameplay upgrade was a lot better than playing Metal Gear Solid 3 on the Vita or the HD collections that came out on PS3.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's you never played the 3DS version?
I never liked Metal Gear Solid 3. The last Metal
Oh,
Gear Solid
really?
game I truly liked was 2. And you want to know why?
Why?
It's because
The
in
writing?
1 and 2 no actually.
Oh,
No, I didn't mind. Writing's fine. I liked Revengeance actually a lot. I beat
yeah.
Revengeance and I enjoyed it. But no, in 1 and 2 what I liked about it is that they have the radar in 1 and 2 and you can
hmm
see what your enemy can see and so you can kind of stealth with that.
hmm
Starting in 3 though, they really took that out and you can't see what your enemies see and I just find that in video games like yeah, it's more realistic. If Snake was in enemy territory and he had to get in and get out, he's not going to have a radar that shows what the enemy can see. Like
Yeah,
yeah, but if we're talking about from a gameplay perspective, I don't like how in modern stealth games you're supposed to just kind of like figure out what the enemy can see, and
yeah,
it frustrates me because it's like, well, I don't think he should be able to see me, but the computer thinks he can see me. Now my
yeah.
mission's totally screwed. So that's why I can never really get into 1 past 2. I did beat 4. I didn't beat 5. I beat 4, Revengeance 1 and 2, but I
Yeah.
haven't beat anything else.
I think for 3, I think the reason that was the case because I remember that being bothering me too. Because even the
Mm.
what's it called? Twin Snakes has the same thing.
Twin Snakes doesn't have a
Gameplay.
radar?
Yeah, no, it has the radar. No, I'm saying like
Oh, okay.
Twin Snakes has the same radar that 2 has. Um,
Right.
yeah, and I think the reason behind that was that Metal Gear Solid 3 takes place in the past, so technology wise they didn't have it. I
I
assume
see.
that's why. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3 is Cold War era, where Metal Gear Solid 2, of
They're
course,
going
was
for
like
more gritty in 3. Like you have to eat stuff, and it
yeah,
was a lot
Trying
more
to
like
go
quote unquote
for
realistic
hmm
realistic,
camouflage. Yeah,
true, yeah.
like
Camouflage was always cool, and then 4,
survival espionage.
yeah,
survival. Yeah,
yep.
100%.
I like 3 a lot of it was fun, and Kojima to this day I still think he has some of the best boss fights ever made
Yeah, I'll
in
say the
in a game.
bosses in 3 are great. I know.
Yeah, 3 is amazing. 2, 1. Like you said, 2, I always laughed at that because yeah, Fat Man, and the whole
Mhm.
thing was, he's a big guy. No offense to anybody, right? But he's a big guy, and then because he's bigger, he can't run. So what does he do? He has
He's got little
rollerblades.
roller skates.
Yeah, so he goes ahead or roller skates, yeah, and he's chasing you. Vamp. I always used to laugh because
Yep.
when you're
Hogan.
shooting at him, Vamp, he's just dancing around and like dodging the bullets.
Mhm.
The only one that was like more serious was Fortune. If you remember Fortune, which was
Mhm.
the one that like she can't get shot. Um, and I feel like I'm missing one more. There's probably one more
In
that I can't
2,
remember. Yeah, in 2. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it was 4 bosses in 2.
what one
Mm,
was Volgan in?
Uh, 3, wasn't that
Wasn't there one called Volgan?
Volgan was 3. I think that was the main bad guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's also in 5. Because there's Raven in 1. The bosses in 1 were Raven, Sniper
Psycho
Wolf,
Mantis.
Psycho Mantis, Ocelot,
And
and
the guy that dies before you fight him, he's technically like a main bad guy. What was his name? He impersonated people. Do you know what I'm talking about?
no, I
Because
don't
like he
remember.
impersonated the DARPA chief and whatnot,
Oh
and he
yeah,
ended
yeah,
up
yeah.
dying.
Isn't there like Mantis and Vampire?
No, Psycho
Some
Mantis,
In
yes, for 1, yeah.
in one,
The
I'm gonna
vampire
look
you're
up what
thinking
that guy's name was.
is Vamp
I'm thinking that
in
in Vamp
2.
in 2. Yeah.
Yeah, Vamp is 2. Because there's only 4 bosses. Well, technically, and there's Ocelot too that you fight in. Or do you fight Ocelot? No, you fight Olga.
Decoy Octopus. That's what I was thinking of.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about him. And he had to fight, and
You
then
never see him though.
no, you don't. But you do fight somebody who's basically the spiritual successor to Decoy Octopus in 4.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember.
Because remember, I think they were all the 3 ladies or something like that. The 3 or the 4 ladies or something, or Lady Luck or something like that. They call them. They're a group. They're 4 girls. You have Sniper Wolf who comes back, which you have to fight her, and she has like a Zoid this time, which kind of funny. And then there's the octopus where you get her camouflage. It's the mask, and then it could make you blend into everything perfectly. Or you can make it yourself look younger too. You can do like the younger Snake look.
Mm.
And then the other one was like a flying one that has like a jetpack. And then I forget what the last one was. Yeah. Anyways, that's enough Metal Gear Solid talk. But anyway, go back to Death Stranding. Yeah, I honestly, I'll probably go back to Death Stranding. I feel like
Finish one
I
before
owe it.
playing 2, man.
Oh, for sure. I'm not gonna go ahead and buy 2. Now, if 1 comes to like if they port it to Switch 2, I'll probably pick it up there and just play it on there. Honestly speaking, that'll give me that push because I still think that the Switch 2 will have the same effect Switch 1 had, where if a game came out on Switch, I was like, you know what, I'll buy it again on Switch and then play it because I'm more than likely going to finish it there. Even though I own an ROG Ally X and Steam Deck, because there's just something about the Switch. It's just more convenient, right? It's a lot easier to get into and then drop at any time. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about our last topic. Actually, before I do that, anybody else have any more comments on Death Stranding? Ash?
I'm gonna eventually play it. I know I already own it on Steam. I just need to get some time for it, So
Yeah. You know what's the other thing that actually bothers me about Death Stranding? And it's not really
Uh-oh.
Death Stranding. It's that every time I see Death Stranding and I see Norman Reedus, I get upset because we were kind of gypped of Silent Hill.
Oh, PT.
Yeah. I always think about that. Like, man, what would a Silent Hill? Because Norman Reedus, remember, was supposed to be the main character in Silent Hill, and then
Yep.
because the thing that happened with Konami, he ended up being the main character in Death Stranding. But yeah, I might play it with and have my wife watch because she was watching me play a little bit of it because she liked that it was real actors in the game. So seeing the actors play, she enjoyed that.
My girlfriend likes to look at Norman Reedus, so that's why she liked to watch me play it.
Yeah, the last game my wife watched me play was Uncharted. She liked Uncharted too, so, which is nice.
Absolutely.
We need another Uncharted game. Naughty Dog. I know you love The Last of Us, but Uncharted also exists, as well as all your other.
Are you talking to me?
franchises. No, I said Naughty Dog.
Oh, I was like, I like Uncharted. I just I like Uncharted.
Unless you're Naughty
He's-
Dog, Bryant.
He's putting it out there in the ether.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
I thought you were
talking
saying
about
like
it.
Brian, because I've talked about The Last of Us glowingly a couple
Yeah.
times, so I thought you were
Oh,
like,
no.
okay,
No,
got it.
I'm just
You're like,
saying.
Brian, remember Uncharted exists too, dude.
No.
I'm like, I like Uncharted, man.
Gotta say, not Naughty Dog. They need to remember Uncharted exists because, yeah, I have I think it's the Legacy Collection that comes with no, is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. It comes with Uncharted 4 and
Is it called Lost Legacy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I really like Lost Legacy. A lot of people I think slept on that. That one was actually really good. I enjoyed it. The final fight scene was pretty awesome. I do like that.
Haven't played it. I
You haven't played
beat
it?
4.
Okay.
I beat 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't beat Golden Abyss, and I haven't beat Lost Legacy.
That's funny. It's the opposite for me. I haven't beat I haven't beaten 4,
Okay.
but I beat Lost Legacy. It is shorter than 4, but
Isn't it a prequel? Isn't
I
Lost
think it's a
Legacy before
sequel.
Uncharted 4?
I think it's a
It's after
sequel.
Uncharted 4? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because what's his name? The brother's there. Drake's brother
Okay.
is there, or I guess they're both last name is Drake, but Nathan's brother is there, and I
His brother's name is Sam.
damn, there we go.
Mm,
Troy Baker's the voice actor. That's all I remember.
mm.
But like he's there, and the way it sounds like it takes place. I'm pretty sure it's after, but I could be mistaken because some of the things they were referring to, I was like, wait, did this happen in Uncharted 4? That was towards the end in Uncharted 4 before I stopped. Again,
4 is
another
a great
issue I
ending.
have. Yeah, I gotta finish it. I could play it on my Steam Deck. Runs great. By the way, Lost Legacy runs great. You do have to use FSR, but runs 30 FPS on the Steam Deck. So yeah, runs good. And you can probably get 45 if you tone down some of the graphics. I chose not to because there's a lot of foliage in there, and like when you tone it down, it kind of looks really really bad. So I had to put it up a little bit, and I didn't mind running it at 30. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Nintendo's results. So Nintendo's financial results came in, and the Switch is now sitting at lifetime sales of 152 million units out. Very, very close to the Nintendo DS, which still is the king as far as Nintendo goes, with 154 units out. So yeah, it's getting up there and probably has potential to still, pass that. It's gonna be a little bit harder because now that the Switch 2 is coming out, but it has potential to get past that. Now, the main key thing that I do want to go ahead and talk about this is, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this, is the forecast that Nintendo has for FY26, right? Which will end next March, is Nintendo Switch 2. They are predicting, as far as hardware sales go, 15 million units in the first year. That's a lot. I believe, and I should have fact checked this before I put this up there, but I believe the PS5 in its first year only had, I believe, only 5 million units. So that's a huge stretch. Like 15 is quite a lot. But it's possible because we already know that Japan has 2 million units already pre-ordered. And that's not factoring in what the US or what Europe or South America or any of the other continents and countries have. I think they can do it because for a fact if Japan has 2 million, the US definitely has way more than that because it has a way bigger population than Japan. So I can see them doing the 15 million units, honestly. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Do you think the Nintendo Switch 2 is gonna hit this 15 million and be the best selling console in the first year ever?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm. What about you,
Yeah, I
Fair?
mean, they were like broadcast. They were like thinking what 6 to 8 million at launch.
Mm-hmm.
So they could. I mean, yeah, they could easily do 15 within the first year.
They're gonna sell them out as much as they ship them out. Like every one they
Yeah.
ship out is gonna get sold. So and then Christmas and everything like that. Like, oh
Yep.
yeah, I definitely.
Yeah. I think they had that benefit of launching in June, right? Which is halfway through the year. And then they get those initial units out. They have time to go ahead and make more units to get ready for the holiday season. So they can be scarce with inventory throughout, the summer into the fall. And then as you get closer to November and December, start bringing in all those units. So yeah, I can see that happening for sure.
I will
You,
say though,
Mhm.
I don't think that it's going to come close to what the Switch's lifetime sales are because of
Mhm.
the Switch being a novelty in 2017, like a handheld gaming console that
Yeah.
is that powerful. Now you have mobile PCs coming out of your ears everywhere from in various strengths, various powers. Um, it's just not as new as it was back then, so it's still going to
Mhm.
sell great. But I don't think in a lifetime it's going to pass Switch. I mean, if it does, like kudos to Nintendo, like that's a heck of an achievement. But I don't see it getting that high again.
I agree.
I have a bit of a counter argument to it. I
Ooh.
think it can still surpass the Switch One as long as it has better games than to its predecessor. So as long as it has better games, then I feel like more people are going to incline to buy the Switch 2.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. Like, I think a Zelda that's like game changing could probably sell a bunch of Switch units. Smash Bros, of course, will sell a bunch of Switch units. Um,
Yeah, and as
Mario
long
Kart.
as they have that,
Mhm.
yeah, as long as they have that, then I feel like they can achieve it. They just need to deliver on their
Yeah,
games.
and
They want to you want to give people a reason to buy the Switch 2 other than just running your older Switch 1 games at a
yeah,
higher resolution and frame rate. So
yeah. And I think the other thing too is also it's also going to depend on third party support. I will admit I am kind of skeptical when it comes to third party support, mainly because I just don't know. I guess maybe because we're not 100% sure on the Switch to its graphics. Somebody pull out a good thing. So Final Fantasy 7 had, I'm not sure if you guys watched the creator's voice. Did you guys watch the creator's voice video I posted on Discord?
No, I didn't watch it.
No. So if you go ahead and watch that, they show Final Fantasy 7 and it's all Switch gameplay, Switch 2 gameplay. They show it in some scenes it's running 60 FPS, but in other scenes it's running 30 FPS. So either A, it's quality mode and performance mode, or it's just one mode, but it has a variable um
Refresh rate.
yeah, frame rate when it comes to that. Cause like there's the scene where it shows Barrett going out and like everybody's like that is straight up 60 FPS. You can tell right away. But then there's another scene where Aerith and Cloud are talking and you can tell that's 30 FPS. But the scene that's at 60 FPS looks really, really good. Like when you compared it and somebody had a comparison to quality mode on PS4 Pro, the PS5, and then of course Switch 2, that scene looked exactly like the PS5 scene with the hair I think being a tad bit better on PS5. So it's kind of like which one is it? Of course, we don't know much about integrate yet, but that's my biggest fear is how good will those games go, and then from the future, right? 4 years down the road, are developers still going to be willing to optimize their game and bring their games to Switch 2, or are they just going to let it be? I personally think that this generation might be a longer generation than the PS4 generation, honestly. We might be back at to like that PS3 360 era, where it was a pretty long generation. Because I think just where we're
yeah,
at in terms of everything, like price wise, worldwide, right? It's not just an American thing, but price wise, everything has gone up worldwide. And we might sit at that for the longest time. I mean, when you look at PS5 hardware too, like nothing's really utilizing PS5 hardware to the extent that I think it can. GTA 6 being one of the first games, if all of that is real life footage, GTA 6, in my opinion, is the first game that kind of showcases what the PS5 can actually do. But that's just like my opinion. Even then, like I don't know. Like most of the bangers out there that people are loving are not even these AAA games. You have Expedition 33, which people love. That's not a AAA game, right? And it looks great, but it's not to those standards in terms of like graphics quality and stuff like that of a AAA game. What's the other? There was another game recently that had the same thing. I can't think of. Um,
That was cheap.
not cheap, but like it's not a AAA game in terms of like the budget put in and like quality graphics wise. It's not like what I guess you would say would be AAA in today's world, if that makes sense. Like what I'm trying to say, like
Split
if you go
Fiction, I
back
guess you could
to
say.
yeah, Split Fiction is another one. Yeah, is another one that again doesn't look like what a AAA game would have been in like the PS4 era, right? When you saw a PS4 era AAA game, you're like you got the best of the best when it came to graphics. Here, on the other hand, all the best games are not AAA games. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking for another one. Because you're right. Man, I know I read another one that what you're saying. Like, there was another like $50 game that came out this year,
Yeah,
and that new Mafia game is only $50. That's kind of a big deal.
yeah, and that game actually looks great. Um, for $50 game. There's I feel like I'm missing one. There's another one out there that they're missing. I mean, Astrobot. Astrobot's another one that
That
did
wasn't this year
great.
though, but
No,
yeah,
that was last year, but that's kind of like the higher selling games are not those that are really pushing these consoles to their limit. So
Blueprints is heralded. It's not my kind of game, but that's
yeah,
cheap and
I
people
don't even
really
know what
like
type of
it.
game that is, but I've heard great things
It's
about
like a
it.
puzzle game.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, when it comes to that, like the Switch 2 has to be able to continue to get like those games on its platform. Is it gonna extend to that? Is it not? Like I don't know. I'm skeptical because the no offense to developers, but developers are lazy, right? And it might not even be the developers. It could be the people above them. They don't want to do the extra work. So what they're gonna do is they'll take the cheap way out just to get these games out there, or they might just bypass it altogether. So we'll have to see. I mean, EA is already supporting it with like Madden and FIFA, or it's not FIFA no more. It's was it EAFC?
EA Football Club.
Yeah. So like they're supporting it, which is more than what they did last year. But that's just 2 games. What about you know the next Star Wars game or whatever Battlefield, right? The next Battlefield that's coming out. Are they going to support it with that? We know Microsoft said Call of Duty is going to go, but is it going to? Gears of War hasn't been announced for Switch 2, but it's been announced for
That's
PS5
another
and
thing we should
everything
talk
else.
about, by the way.
Gears of War, yeah, we should.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but that's one of those things that hasn't been announced for Switch 2. There's a lot of games that have been announced, but we're not seeing Switch 2 yet, and Switch 2 has already been announced. The excuse before was, oh, because the Switch 2 hasn't been officially revealed, so nobody's saying anything. Well, Switch 2 is officially revealed, and we're not getting a lot of announcements for Switch 2. So that's where I'm at when it comes to that.
I like to make a comment about that
Hmm.
because it goes to show, like, it further proves your point by just constantly bringing up CD Project Red
Yeah,
on bringing Cyberpunk 2077 to the Switch 2
yeah,
with a 7th week build running at 45 FPS, by the way.
hmm,
So at that point, man, there should be no excuses at this point, man.
yeah,
And to add to sprinkle more into it, CD Project Red didn't have to use a 64 gigabyte cartridge and put all that into the card. Like they didn't have to do that, but they
yeah,
did. So there are as a studio, I don't think they earn as much as other like bigger names and stuff, but they're already going the extra mile
hmm,
just so they can prove to you that, hey, the Switch 2 can run the game now. Switch 2 can run most modern games these days.
yeah.
So
Yeah, the other complaint, thank you for bringing that up. It has nothing to do with CG Project Red, but it reminded me of something. So I was looking for what other Switch 2 game to get. The only game I have officially pre-ordered right now is Street Fighter 6. I've
And
been
kind of Mario
debating.
Kart.
Yeah, technically Mario Kart. Yeah.
Mm.
But I've been looking around like what other game. Like I said Bravely Default. But I'm like, do I bite the bullet and get Bravely Default, or do I wait because maybe Square Enix might backtrack and say, hey, we're gonna put the whole game on a cartridge? That's wishful thinking. But I'm kind of waiting there. But then I was thinking Suikoden the collection, because I still haven't picked that up. And then there's the Switch 2 edition. I was like, maybe I should just go ahead and pick up the Switch 2 edition. But I'm like, what are the enhancements of Switch 2 over Switch 1? Like, what makes it different? I
What makes
go
it
to,
Switch 2y?
yeah, exactly. So I was very disappointed to find out what it is. So Suikoden on the Switch 1 runs, it's like, was it 720p, 30 FPS, I believe, from what I hear in dock mode. And then it's like a little bit lower at 30 FPS in handheld mode. Where Switch 2 version, only 1080p 60 in dock mode. I'm like, why? If a game like Metroid Prime 4 is running
Suikoden
4K 60, huh? Yeah,
for
Suikoden.
Suikoden,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
Could
Jesus.
Suikoden really look good upscaled to 4K though, necessarily?
I mean, isn't it? So I was looking it up to see. It's 4K on PS5 though. So it's
Is it?
like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I'm like, why can't it not be 4K on on Switch 2?
Switch 2.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Is that
Uh,
one a key card, by the way?
it is a key card, unfortunately.
Okay.
Well, fortunately, unfortunately, like key card doesn't really bother me. But some people it does bother. Like I can care less about the key card because I can still sell the key card if I wanted to.
True.
But yeah, like that's another thing that's got me worried. Is like, okay, you have this game here and you're only doing 1080p 60, where I'm pretty sure, at least I thought I was sure, that the Switch 2 can definitely push this game at 4K. But then I think of Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4 has a lot more going on, and it can do 4K. I believe it said 4K 60, right? It was 4K 60 and 1080
Yeah, 1080p,
120.
120.
Yeah. So it's like, why can't it? So I don't know. That's just my only fear for the future. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see when Switch 2 comes out. What are you guys' thoughts on what I just said there? What do you think about that? So it couldn't be in 1080p 60.
Well, I wonder if
That's
it's
just pure
because
laziness.
like the Metroid Farm is using what upscaling and probably frame generation to hit
Yeah.
Also
those,
built from the ground up for
right?
that hardware as well.
True.
Right? Or like Suikoden, maybe it's running native 1080p 60, no upscaling needed, no
Mhm.
frame generation needed. It's just straight native.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Because
possible,
there's gonna be a
but
difference, you know.
like it's
I
possible,
mean,
but I
I
feel
think
like
I
go ahead, Ash.
I was just thinking we just probably need to compare like the PS5 version versus the Switch 2 version at that
Mhm.
point. If they look exactly the same and all it is was being upscaled to 4K, then at that point what fans said makes sense, you
Mhm.
know? So I feel like the 4K part for PS5 was probably the PS5's doing, where it essentially just grabs the existing image and just applies like a super resolution on top of it or something like that.
Mhm.
And maybe this whole time the game was actually running at 1080 60, you know?
Yeah.
So there's that, if anything, but I don't know.
But even then, like if it is doing that, because most games do that nowadays. Unfortunately, that's the norm. Everything from PC with DLSS to FSR to XeSS to PSSR or PSSR or PSRR. No,
Something like
PSSR,
that.
right?
PSSR.
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, PSSR.
Yeah.
Super sampling was
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation
Yeah,
super sampling.
PSSR. Yeah. So it's like from to all of that to I guess Xbox doesn't have anything right now, but like it's kind of the norm. Every game is doing that. PS5 pro games all utilize that technique, and it's not a bad thing. Like I don't mind it. It does give you a clearer image. I use FSR all the time in the RGLIX, or else a lot of the games that I play wouldn't look as good or run as good as they do. But I don't know. Maybe I guess that is right. Maybe they're not using those techniques, and maybe they'll have an update. Maybe the update will allow that to go through. I just feel it's kind of weird. It's just not at all. I buy the Switch 2. I want the games that I pick up to use every bit of power, every bit of technique that's available. I don't want it to, you know, miss anything.
Well, as I stated already on our Discord, I'm done buying third-party releases on Switch unless they start making it more consumer friendly.
Yeah, making it more
Like
mandatory.
what?
Well,
I forgot the
I think
point you
he
made
means
about that,
not so
Brian.
much Nintendo, but like the third parties are opting
Yeah.
not to give upgrade paths. Like Suikoden is another one. There is no upgrade path for that game. So if you have the
So
Switch
if you
1
buy it on
version,
Switch 1, you're just
Oh,
screwed.
yep.
oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Like I was telling in the Discord, I said that I think Nintendo should force developers that if they you want to bring out the Switch 2 version of Harry Potter or Hogwarts Legacy,
Yeah.
that's fine. But then all those people that you got to invest all that money into getting in the
Mhm.
first one with the way inferior graphics, way inferior performance, you have to give them a path to get to that version. Like I don't care if it's $10, $20. I think
Mhm.
anything over 20 is really pushing it. But I think like in that 10 to 20 place, like that's really good. But the fact that they're just expecting people to be like, oh, I have it on Switch, I'm gonna buy it on Switch 2 now because I have a
Yeah.
Switch 2. Like maybe there's enough people to make that worth it, but I just think about all the money I put into that ecosystem on my Switch, and granted, unlike Wii U to Switch 2 is backwards compatible with Switch, so I feel a
You don't
little
have that
less
excuse
cheated.
no
But
more. Yeah.
what'd you say?
I said they don't have that excuse no more. Like back then, it was an excuse.
Right,
Right? You got Mario Kart 8 and bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, you got extra
indeed.
stuff, but one's a disc, the other one's a cartridge, so you had no choice. This time you don't.
I
You,
and
you
unlike with other consoles, like any third party game that's on Switch, I can get anywhere else. I can get it on Steam super cheap usually.
Mhm.
I can get it on PlayStation, whatever. I mean, the only reason I really did it between Wii U to Switch, like you said, like Mario Kart, or Splatoon 2 came out on Switch.
Mhm.
Xenoblade Chronicles X. Like the only
Mhm.
reason I did that really is because like these are Nintendo games I'm not gonna be able to play anywhere else. So
Yeah.
I just took it, right, and I just bit the bullet and did it. But like Hogwarts Legacy, like yeah, would it be cool
Mhm.
to own on Switch 2? Like sure it would, but I have it on PlayStation and PC. Like I'm not gonna no. So that's where I'm at with that.
All right, some quick final numbers, just so we can see for last year, their first party sell through, their best selling game last year was Mario Party Jamboree. So well worth it. I think I think we all had a blast, and we still have a blast playing Mario Party Jamboree. I think we're just waiting for
We're
the
gonna
Switch
do it.
2 version.
Yeah, we're gonna do the camera and we're gonna stack Goombas on
Get
our
the
heads. It'll
upgrade.
be great.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. Like I'm excited. And it's funny, there were some other people I was talking to, and they said the same thing, that Mario Party Jamboree feels like an old school Mario Party, GameCube era and before, right? It feels good. I think they did a really good job with Mario Party Jamboree. The second best selling game of the year was, drumroll, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like,
That's insane.
yeah,
Who doesn't
6.2
own that already?
exactly. 6.23 million units. Like, I feel like it's just one person just buying all of them. Like, they're just hoarding all of the Mario Kart units. The next best selling game was Echoes of Wisdom at 4.09 million.
This is just last year,
This is
right?
just
Not
last
like
year.
okay.
Yeah, not like core, like all of last year. Yeah. And then
Because
Nintendo
Mario Kart would win the whole thing if that were the case.
Yeah.
That has like the most sales of anything.
Yeah, and then Nintendo Switch Sports. And surprisingly, and kind of like, I mean, I say surprisingly, but like, I don't know, I was kind of disappointed there. I'm sorry, Super Mario Brothers Wonder only had 2.9 million, which is interesting.
Did
I
that
thought it
come
would.
out in 24? I thought it came out in 23. It came out in 24?
Did it?
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I thought it came out in 23 also.
Oh no, you're. It doesn't say here. It's on this list.
I'll look it up.
Maybe you're right.
Super Mario Bros.
Actually, no, you're right. Yeah, because
Wonder.
there's 3 games here. There's Animal Crossing still
Yeah,
popped up,
October
too.
23.
Okay, so I lied. So I was. Oh yeah, it's his previous release title. I'm sorry. But last year it sold 2.9 million in
Okay.
the last fiscal year.
Gotcha.
Of new titles, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door sold 1.9 million.
That's a little soft, I feel.
It is, and then Brothership sold 1.6 million.
That's definitely soft.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD sold 1.6 million, and then Donkey Kong Country Returns HD sold 1 million.
That's probably what I expect for that.
Yeah, Animal Crossing and Smash Bros did more than Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and below, with 2 million and 2.5 million. So surprising there. They're estimating, which is gonna be interesting. They're estimating Mario Party plus Jamboree to boost sales. Or I said Mario Party plus Jamboree. Mario Party Jamboree plus Jamboree TV to boost sales on Mario Party Jamboree. And that's kind of like one of the titles they're highlighting. Then they announce first party titles for Nintendo Switch 2. They're coming in the future, which is Pokemon Legends ZA, Metroid Prime Beyond, Rhythm Heaven Groove, Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream, and then Pokemon Champions, which everybody forgot about. And then the rest of their stuff they talk about oh, I'm sorry, there's more. Welcome Tour, Dragon Drive, Kirby Air Riders, which they say it's coming out 2025. That means later on this year we'll get Kirby Air Riders. And that's really it. Or an Age of Imprisonment also coming out later on this year. They have Winter 2025 for that. And of course, Dust Bloods in 2026, and Hades is actually still to be dated. But I guess
That'd be
because
crazy that does come out this year.
Hades too.
Yeah, you'd think like the game has been early access for a long time. Like you feel like
That's
it
true.
has to be close to done, and they're not going to release it until 26. Like that'd be really surprising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then really, they talk about the Zelda movie, March 26, 2027, the Nintendo Today, and nothing else. Yeah. Nintendo's financial results, sometimes they kind of give little bit nods of what they're doing in the future here. In this case, they didn't really say much. Kirby Air Riders is 2025, so we do know we're getting that later on this year. That's it. You would think they would leak something, a little bit. It was something else. Because I feel that Nintendo was probably going to want to continue what they usually do, which is every month there's an exclusive Nintendo game. And as of right now, that stops. If you count Jamboree and Kirby, it kind of stops in August. Then there's nothing else. Unless we get September Metroid Prime 4, or yeah, Metroid Prime 4, October Pokemon ZA.
When's
And
Rhythm Heaven coming out?
2026.
Is that 26? Okay.
Yeah, I believe it said 2026. I closed it out, so I forgot.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that is Nintendo's financial report. Now, there was something else we're supposed to bring up. Oh yeah, Gears of War.
Mhm.
Who here's buying Gears of War on PS5? Just to own it on the opposite platform.
I might
Certainly
own
not
it
at full
just to
price.
spite,
I mean,
just to dig in the dagger to Microsoft. I might.
I really wanted to buy it for PC. So,
You don't own it on PC already?
oh, it's already on PC. Oops, I didn't
Well, if
Yeah.
you
know.
own the
If you
Ultimate
own it already,
Edition,
get it for free.
yeah, if you own the Ultimate Edition, so the first
Mhm.
remake they did on Xbox One, if you own that version, then or Xbox Series X, if you own that version, then you get the what's it called? Recollection, right? No, Recollections, I
Yeah.
think.
It's
Is
not
it?
collection,
No,
it's just
no.
number 1.
Yeah, but what is it
What's
called? Or Reloaded. Gears of
Uh,
War Reloaded, right? Yeah, Reloaded.
Okay.
Gears of War
Hey,
Reloaded. So yeah, if
Nintendo.
you own the
Ultimate.
Ultimate Edition, yeah,
You're
I
right.
don't know what
Yeah.
else. If you own that, then you get that for free, which I don't own the
That's
Ultimate
cool.
Edition.
See,
That is
that's
nice.
what Nintendo should be doing, but they don't.
Yeah, they
yeah, I
won't
don't.
because they know it's gonna sell.
I can't remember which Gears of War I have for the Xbox One. It's
1,
not the
2,
Ultimate
3
Collection.
Judgment were 360 games. 4, 5 were Xbox One games, and then E-Day is going to be a series game.
A lot of cool. If you're gonna play it on Series X, a lot of cool features. 4K resolution, 60 FPS in campaign, 120 FPS in multiplayer. HDR, Dolby Vision, and 7.1.4
That's a
Dolby
great game, man.
Atmos.
It's fun.
7.14 3D spatial audio, variable refresh rate, 4K assets and remastered textures, enhanced post processing visual effects, improved shadows and reflections, super resolution with improved anti aliasing, 0 loading screens during campaign.
That's August, I think.
I think you are correct. This is summer 2025. Yeah, August 26th,
Okay.
2025.
Okay.
For
Yeah,
$40,
I think
not bad.
that's a good price. I mean, it's granted it came out in 6 or 7, I don't remember
Take
which
some,
one,
yeah.
but yeah, so obviously they got to price it a little low, but yeah, Gears of War is it's just a great game. It's just a really good cover-based third-person shooter. The action is top-notch. It's just really fun shooting mechanics and all that kind of stuff. And as for buying it on PlayStation, I'm not going to buy it full price on PlayStation just because I've played through that game a couple times, but definitely going to grab the free upgrade for my Xbox Series X and I'll play through the whole thing again.
Yeah.
But it's just really interesting that they're only bringing at least one for now. You'd figure down the line they're going to bring the rest of the collection to PlayStation, because Xbox games are selling so incredibly on PlayStation because of like what Fan was saying.
Yeah.
People like the novelty of it enough, just that alone, to buy it. You know, it's kind of like when Sonic was on Nintendo consoles for the first time. You know,
Yeah. Sonic Battle. Mm.
Yeah.
Sonic and Smash Brothers and all that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Part of me hopes it comes to Nintendo Switch in the future. I would love to play on Nintendo Switch too. I would love to play Halo because I don't know if you remember back in the days there was rumors that there was going to be a Halo DS games.
I'm gonna play Gears.
And there was going to be a Halo DS game and it never came out. But having a Halo on the Switch 2 would be amazing, honestly. Maybe, and then they can add Master Chief and Smash. There you go.
That'd be something.
That would be something. Honestly, the new Smash should have Master Chief and Kratos in it. That'd be amazing.
That'd be really fun.
I don't know about Kratos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are there any other M games that have I mean, I know because Persona's an M game, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Yes.
No, Persona's not.
Persona's
I think
should
it's
be
rated
yeah.
T.
Is it teen?
Yeah, I think it's teen. Yeah, double
Good
check. I'm
luck.
pretty sure it's teen.
Kratos wouldn't fit into
See.
the Smash vibe because he's. Yeah.
Oh, Bayonetta is M.
That's true.
Yeah, Bayonetta's in
She's toned down.
Mhm.
No, it's M.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I
Mhm.
thought.
Okay.
It's yeah.
I did
So
not know
was
that.
so
I
was
thought it was
3 and
T.
4. Yeah, it was
So,
like
so
yeah, because
Joker
they
and
do have a lot
Bayonetta
of
are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snake is in it, and I'm
It
pretty
looks
sure
like
all
he's
of,
M.
all of Metal Gears are M's.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure too.
Shulk is an M. Is from no, I'm kidding.
No, they're
That would have been fun.
Mario. Mario's M for
yeah.
Mario.
What other guest characters? Tekken's T. That has to be T. Dragon
Yeah.
Quest is probably E10 or T at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry
Kingdom
is
Hearts.
T.
Kingdom Hearts M. What'd you say?
Terry is T from
Yeah.
King of
Fatal Fury
Fighters.
and King of
Yeah.
Fighters. Yeah.
Who else?
Oh, Minecraft guy. That's an E game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. I
Yeah.
forgot he's in Smash. I never
Yeah.
used him as a character, but yeah, he's in there.
Otherwise, though, like all the base characters that are in Smash, like if you take the DLC out, I'm pretty sure it's just Snake and Bayonetta. Is that it?
Snake and Bayonetta are the only M.
Yeah. Okay. So put Kratos,
so
in there.
could-
That'd be
could
interesting.
make it. And Kratos
Yeah,
would
maybe.
fit. I mean, he has the Leviathan axe, which would have some cool, throwing moves.
The blades.
The blades could be his, his up A or up B to
Mhm.
go ahead and get back on platforms, right? Like
Or it could be like a Pyramithra situation too, like where you could swap between the two weapons
the
as
weapons. That would be cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, different movesets. I don't think there's any. Yeah,
Right.
there's nobody who plays like that in Smash. So that'd be awesome.
well. Besides
Yeah.
Pyramithra.
Yeah, but they still have swords, where he would have an axe
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the two swords.
Well,
little bit
I could see like Kratos being like the Mithra with the Blades of Chaos, and then
Yeah.
like the Leviathan axe would be the Pyra's the red one, right?
Yeah, the more
Yeah, Pyra I could see being the
damage.
powerful one with the axe,
Yeah,
and then the quick one would be the Mithra with the
Yeah.
blades.
I can see that too.
I don't know if they'll do Kratos.
Why not?
Well, because he's already in that PlayStation All-Star Battle game.
Yeah,
That
but
classic.
Yeah, exactly. But who?
They'd have to do. They'd have to do like I could see them doing Alloy, because she's not
Oh, yeah,
in
Aloy?
one of those
Aloy?
type.
I
Aloy,
I could see
yeah,
that.
because she's not in one of those type of games
I mean,
already.
they can
Astrobot.
work out
Put
a-
Astrobot in there.
Astrobot would be cool.
work
Yeah.
out a deal for it, so I think it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. Was there anybody in PlayStation All Stars that made it to Smash?
No.
No, right?
No, I don't think
mean,
so. Because there's no
technically-
Sony characters, I don't think, right?
Yeah,
Sony
but I mean, yeah,
characters,
Raiden was in PlayStation All Stars, but you had Snake and
But you have Snake.
Smash.
Different character.
Oh,
Same
so
IP,
same
different
franchise,
character.
different characters. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I always wish they
Raiden was in
added-
All Stars.
Raiden
Yeah.
was in All Stars.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was his Revengeance outfit.
Cool.
Yeah, because Heihachi was in All Stars, but you got
But you got Kazuya.
Kazuya, yeah.
Or Kazuma. Or no, yeah, Kazuya,
Kazuma.
right? No,
Kazuya, yeah, Kazuya.
Yeah.
And then
Kazuma's his last name. Yeah.
you have Dante in
And
All
then
Stars.
we had
Well, what did they throw in
we
Virgil?
have
Well, I
Shiggy,
mean,
so
I guess
yeah.
Bayonetta is the
Yeah.
kind of Dante, kind of Devil May Cry-ish in terms
Yeah,
of
equivalent.
gameplay. So it's gonna be the
It's not the
equivalent.
same though. Dante had a different moveset, and like he has two guns and a
I
sword.
know, but it's the style of gameplay.
Yeah, but so does Bayonetta. Bayonetta can do a sword and
they
two
got-
guns too.
Yeah, but no, not in Smash
Yeah.
though. She uses her guns and her hair. Her,
Oh,
like,
I'm just
hair
saying in
thing.
general, like
in
they're
general.
Oh,
similar.
yeah.
That's all. Because in the game, you can use swords and stuff.
I don't know. I think like Kratos would fit fine, and Marcus Phoenix would be a cool character. He'll be, the only other gun centric character, like a Snake.
Or Fox.
Yeah, I guess there's.
Doesn't he have a
Fox has,
gun?
like-
I guess
He has a gun, but his gun is
it's a ray gun.
most of his moves is his attacks and his shielding and stuff like that. I think it would be kind of cool. Master Chief also. Master Chief deserves. There's some Microsoft character. I don't count Banjo Kazooie because that's in my head. Banjo Kazooie is still Nintendo. Even though it's rare, yeah, I get it. It's still Nintendo.
I mean,
Somebody, I was listening to a podcast. I don't remember which one. If it was like Player One podcast with XCGM guys, I think they said something like, "What if?" Or it might have been Radio for Nintendo. What if the next Smash, because Ultimate really was Ultimate, like all the licensing, all the third party. What if like the Smash on Switch 2 is like a reboot, and it was just like 15 to 20 characters with like you have your Link, you have your Mario. Just very bare bones, and they kind of like reboot the whole thing. Like that might be kind of interesting too.
like
So that
Nintendo
was-
IP only.
Yeah,
What'd you say, fan?
Nintendo IP only. He said.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do because it doesn't make any sense for them to continue Ultimate since
Yeah,
Ultimate is Ultimate, right? And I've
How can
been
they
trying to
keep? How
tell
can they
that to
top
my
it?
friends.
you can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, I'm fine with a reboot. I'm curious
Yeah,
on what they're going to. If anything, it's probably going to be Smash, but it's probably going to be come with like different mechanics than
yeah.
last time. So I feel like if they're going to like do something new with it, then by all means, I'm up for it. You know. So
you you know it's funny. I was thinking the same way that I would like the new Smash in my head. Like new Smash should be, and I was gonna do a video on that too. Is that they do a reboot and they change all the movesets, right? So give Mario different movesets, like give him a Cappy ability,
Mm.
maybe pull from all his different games so he has these different abilities. Change up
Uh,
Donkey Kong. Now that we're getting Bonanza, he'll have
They're gonna
abilities from
change how he
there.
looks. We know that already.
like a
Yeah,
like the cat suit or the raccoon tail.
yeah. Like he can have different things, different items, right? Change that up. Luigi, let him use his vacuum and some of his Luigi's Mansion stuff. Have maybe like was it Guigi as like some type of
Mm.
like attack.
Decoy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Get rid of the Smash character. Get rid of the Fire Emblem characters. Even though I love Fire Emblem, right? But put
Whoa, those
brand
are
new.
words I never thought I'd hear
Wait.
James say. Get
Let
rid of
me
the Fire
finish.
Emblem characters.
Get rid of the current Fire Emblem characters and put
Ah, okay.
a new set of characters. Right. Get rid of
Like the
Marth,
Engage folks.
Roy, Ike. Um. Yeah, I mean, because like the engage
all his
stuff would be
all his
could be
favorites.
cool because but I don't know if the mechanics will blend into because the whole point of engaging is you get like their abilities, which could work out, right?
Mm.
You can engage the different emblems and you have all these different moves. So then you don't need 20 different Fire Emblem characters. You can just have one that has different move sets. That'd be cool. That's just like
Yeah,
my two
do like
cents.
people like Shock and like Shulk when he
Yeah.
does like the element swap or whatever, his
Yeah.
ability swap, like something like that.
Yeah, kind of like that, exactly. But yeah, get rid of Shulk, right? And add Noah instead. Um, Noah and Mio.
Who's Noah? Is that 3?
Yeah, 3. He's the main character
Okay,
in
I didn't
there.
play 3.
Yeah,
Do the
because
main character from Chronicles X.
well, technically the main character is Elma. Technically, because the character you play as is just a nobody. um, but yeah, you can do that. Yeah, just all new people, all new moveset. Oh, and the add this one character. But I was very disappointed they didn't added him into Ultimate. I really wanted him in Ultimate. It's probably stupid, but he can have different movesets than another version of him, and that is Paper Mario. I
Hmm.
think missed opportunity to have
That'd be
Paper
cool.
Mario. Like, yeah, I can kind of get it. He'll be similar to Game and Watch, how Game and Watch runs around,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's a good.
but he's cool. Like it's Paper
Yeah, it's
Mario.
cool. Yeah.
They need to add him that. And Nintendo make a
Yeah.
Paper Luigi game. I just think or
I mean,
DLC
they
for
have all
Paper.
those Link versions. Why not put a Paper
That'd be
Mario
fun.
in there?
Yeah. What were you saying, Ash?
That'd be really funny. Yeah, the Paper Luigi game because they always run the joke where Luigi could join Mario on a Paper Mario on his adventures, but he never
But he
does.
never
You know, it's
does.
funny.
Yeah,
In
I
in
hated
in Paper
that.
Mario Thousand Year Door, it's a running gag throughout the whole game that like he's off on like a side adventure while Mario is doing his adventure, and you
Yeah.
learn about Luigi's adventures, and they're like a joke.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that'd be
It'd be great if they can make a game off of that. That'd be
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, that'd be
You know?
fun. Yeah.
they're waiting for the Switch 2 upgrade. It's gonna be a $20 upgrade with Luigi DLC. You
Trying
get
to think
the
of what a clever name would that would be.
Honest-
Luigi
honestly,
thrown
I'm
in the
fine with
trash.
that.
honestly what?
Honestly, oh yeah, I realize I'm like lagging behind. Okay, curse you VPN. Um, basically, I'm saying basically what I was saying is that I'll be perfectly fine with that if they include like a Luigi side quest DLC to like Mario Thousand Year Door Switch 2 edition. That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it'd be awesome.
So.
Yeah. Luigi doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. All right. Any last topics before we end, or any comments or anything like that before we end today's podcast? Or anything else major that I might have missed out about?
Got a new video up?
Yeah, we said that when I first started the stream. We
Okay, I
called
wasn't here. Sorry.
yeah, talked about how Ash guessed like his answer for almost every game was Xenoblade Chronicles something. Uh, and I'm not sure. I would recommend Fan and Ash watch the video. Let me know how you think I edited it. I'm definitely gonna improve the editing. It's more of time constraint because I was playing around and trying to figure it out. Like I mentioned after last podcast where my Mac was kind of like struggling, but I figured out a way around that to kind of do what I wanted it to do. And hopefully I can continue that forward and improve upon what I have. But at least I have a base now, and I'll try to make it look better. Like the
Yeah,
backdrop
I was
that I
gonna say, can you
did.
make that black?
So I didn't want to make it black because I thought it would look too boring, but I didn't.
Okay.
The blue was my compromise. What I really wanted to do is an animation in the
Stage
back.
background? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it has like an animation going through, so it kind of just like goes through, but like I didn't get enough chance to like make that animation, and there wasn't really any presets that I really thought would fit.
Mm.
But I will be
I still
working
thought it was
on
a good
that.
video though. I thought you edited it pretty well.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing today. I liked it. Not just because we'll see what happens. Who wins the
Yeah.
Rumble?
Was good.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really going on gaming. I mean, we're less than a month away from Switch 2. That's kind of cool. Capcom
Mhm.
Fighting Collection 2
Ooh.
comes out next week.
There is some news I have for Switch 2 actually.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
a good
I've
friend
got
of the
June 5th
show.
and 6th off, so
Wait, what'd you say, Van?
I've got June 5th and June 6th off of
Oh,
work.
nice.
So
Same
Well,
here.
we
Same
we
here.
all do. So we're gonna be rocking it out, man. Mario Kart and all the rest.
and then I have the 7th and 8th off off. So I basically have 4 days off of no
Good
work.
man. Good man.
So
Oh man, you made sure.
We'll rock it
So
out on that weekend. We'll
one
have an
last
extravaganza.
one last thing I do gotta mention. I can't believe I forgot. Big shout out to Jesse, aka Joe Kuma. Who helped me start the podcast a long time ago and also has appeared every now and then. One, he got me this. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 soundtrack, right?
Oh, cool.
So
Nice.
pretty awesome.
why
Two,
does that remind me of Gurren Lagann? Like the art style on
arts.
that.
Yeah, I can see
The
it.
color, it just reminds me of Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. It's actually Pyra,
Yeah, it
right?
does.
And Mithra. So you got
Yeah.
the chorus there. It's just the same thing on the back. But he actually gave me information because what he is right now, I can't really say exactly where he's at, but he got hands-on the Switch too. In a closed area and got to speak with Nintendo on a bunch of stuff. And this is some of the things that he told me. So he did get to feel the carts, right? Which is not a big deal.
Did he tell you that you could reveal this on the podcast?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
Okay,
told me.
very
He
cool.
specifically told me to share it for today's podcast. So one of the cool things that he did find out was that Hori on launch, you can't pre-order it now, but on launch they will have split pad pros available for the Switch 2. So they will be coming out with that stuff on there. He was able to feel the new Joy-Cons. He says they do feel great and they actually feel better than the
Good.
old Joy-Cons. And he said it felt a little bit
Good.
more comfortable in his hand than it did with
A little
the
more ergonomic.
Oh, yeah. Same thing with the controller. He says the controller. Oh, he said the thumbsticks feel really nice. That they do not feel
Good. Oh,
nowhere
thank
near
God.
the original.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Those
So
joysticks are awful.
he said there's that. Same thing with the Pro controller. He said the Pro controller has a nice build quality. It feels more
Nice.
premium than the original Switch Pro controller.
Did he say what he played?
He played Mario Kart in, let me see, somewhere around here.
Ash with his cat toy up there.
Yeah.
Actually, he
She was
doesn't.
trying to get all the attention.
He doesn't say what he played. He just said he got a chance to play Mario Kart.
Okay.
SanDisk is releasing a 1 TB Micro Express card.
Okay.
And they're also releasing what he says there's a detachable or attachable SSD that would plug in to the Switch. So not a
Interesting.
micro SD, but an SSD, which is interesting. Yeah,
Who's making that?
SanDisk, he says.
Is that like official? Like Nintendo's announced that already? I haven't heard of that before.
Well, where he's at, they're announcing that. So yeah, I won't get into exactly too much. I'll tell you after the podcast.
Okay.
But this is where he's got.
That's good stuff.
Let's see, Hori.
God, I'm so looking forward. Like, I just keep playing my Switch, and I'm just like, I cannot wait to get rid of you. Anyway,
Hori's making also a smaller dock, which will show like the screen. But he says that that's about it. They don't have a set price for it, but they showed it off. Let's see. Oh,
I'm
he says
definitely
the
getting a
price
second
wasn't
dock for the desk.
$120. Me too.
Okay.
He was able to see the Street Fighter amiibo. He says they look cool. They're compatible. The Ken and Ryu amiibos will give you exclusive outfits and music. For the for Street Fighter 6 if you use the amiibos. He says they said most of the popular characters will get amiibo, so I assume more Street Fighter characters. I'm not sure if that's what he meant by that. Let's see. He got to try Bravely Default. That's the other game he got to try, and he says that he loved it. Let's see. He says there's a list of Switch games are getting patches, but I don't know. I didn't get to ask him. At this part, I didn't get to write back to him because I was in the middle of work. I don't know if he meant the list is already there or if there's another list that they showed off and talked about.
I'm just hoping that the list includes all these Xenoblade games because that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Oh, he says that Smash wasn't on the list, but that they tease Smash being one of the games that's gonna have a Switch 2 pack.
Oh, cool.
I wonder what patch though, because I feel like the game is fine as it is already.
Better frame rate.
Yeah.
Is it not smooth, that frame rate? Do they have dips in that game?
Yeah, it's at 60,
Yeah,
so
there's
it's
dips.
fine.
It's 60.
There's
I mean,
dips?
yeah, and as a fighting
The
game,
resolution
you
could
really
be
can't
better
go- Yeah,
handheld, I guess.
resolution definitely could be better. You can't really do 120 with Smash because it's a fighting game, and
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with how fast it goes and everything, so that'd be a lot more
Exactly.
complicated. But resolution should be easy enough, you'd think.
yeah,
Yeah, if you
But-
can get 4K 60.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
like 4K 60 would be amazing. Just higher resolution, right?
Yeah,
handheld.
So I'd be happy with
1080.
that. I'd pay for that.
Same here. Well, I mean, if it's a free, it'll probably be free. More
If
than
it's
likely,
free,
there's
cool,
some
but I'd pay
resolution.
$10 for that easily.
Yeah, if they add some other functionality, probably game or
Smash Run.
not game share.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. Well, game share would work too. That would actually be really good. But what's the other one? Game chat.
Oh,
Like being able to.
No,
You know what would be cool?
James, you remember?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Like, man, is the lag really that bad over here? Let me see. I was just saying, what if they add all the modes from 3DS onto like
That'd
legit,
be amazing. They
Smash
wouldn't. They wouldn't do it
Ultimate?
like Smash Run and stuff like that.
Smash Run? Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, and they can be like, all right, you're gonna get a 4K 60 patch along with the extra modes you're gonna get for like $10 to $20. I feel like that's a good idea. I don't know.
Ash is
Add
looking like
online to
Don
it, too.
Corleone over there with the cat. I love it.
I was thinking with the
Yeah.
camera, it would be cool if when you create like your Mii character, like the face of the Mii character is just your face. So like as it's moving around, it's just in your face. Now that's too much work for the.
Yeah, no.
For them
What
to
what
do.
they should probably do is just do like a face capture, right? Where it's just a picture of your face, but you have to take multiple like with different like reactions.
Yeah, that'd be
So
cool.
then that way,
So every
depending
time
on
you
what you
get
do, you have a
hit,
different
you have like a the face changes.
reaction.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Like just little things like that would be pretty cool. But that's just a little bit of news that I received on some Switch stuff. So like at least good. Looking forward to new Switch accessories, which is nice. I was kind of looking through, and I've been looking constantly to see if there's new accessories. And there aren't that many. I already bought a screen protector for my Switch, and I'm debating
Zagger.
on the case. No, I got the
The
I
one on
always get the
Amazon.
Am film.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
one I always got, and I've never had an issue with it. I have it on my my OLED. I had it on the OG Switch. I've used it on my phones. I've used it on everything and never had an issue with it. And I trust Am film over everything else that I've had because never had an issue. So I already got that in. I got I've been debating on getting the TomTalk case because I do like it and it does have a spot for like 12 games. And sometimes I just want to bring the Switch with the case, but I also have this TomTalk bag. I've showed it in my videos, but I use this TomTalk bag too. And it's made to fit stuff. So I have my ROG Ally X in there. And it's big enough to fit
It'll fit a
stuff.
Switch then.
Yeah. So like I have this. I'm like, do I really need that other carrying case? But right now, right? Since I have my ROG Ally X in there, my Switch is in my bag, and I bring my Switch in my bag. So I'm like, maybe I'll get the case in case I don't want to bring that Tom Talk bag. I don't know. I'm debating about it. We'll see. It's like $35 on
Also,
Amazon. Mhm.
none of us got Switch 2 invites, it seems, which is really surprising and a bummer.
No, you know what? I'm gonna
Well, I
reload in
just
real
hope
time
most of
here.
those invites actually. Yeah, I'm just hoping most of those invites actually came to like actual players that want one of the
Well,
console.
that's why they had the stipulations for them, having an online membership
Yeah.
for a year, opting in for their marketing or whatever, or their recording of your playtime, and then 50 hours playing. So that's how they tried to combat scalpers and stuff like that.
You know what? And I wonder because I never really. Usually when it says recording, I usually press no. So
Mm.
I wonder if that's maybe
I
why
went
I
in when
never.
they announced it, and I turned it to yes. So I don't know if it makes a difference. Maybe I was too late with it, but I didn't get anything today. I mean, granted, we all have our switches secured, but I still would like to have as many contingency plans as possible. And I'm
Yeah.
sure I have people in my life that would want to buy one because if I remember correctly, James, you're set at Best Buy and you're going to
Mm-hmm.
grab yours in store.
Mm-hmm.
Ash, you're set at GameStop. You're grabbing yours in store. Fan, you're Walmart, right? And you're going to probably
Yeah.
get that shipped to you. I got mine at Target. That's gonna get shipped to me, and then I got another one at Walmart that I'm just gonna sell to
So
my
did
friend, and that's
Fan.
gonna get
Yeah.
shipped to me. Yeah,
Yeah. Fan's got Walmart and Target.
I'm getting mine at midnight.
I am
yeah.
too.
Midnight
I'm
on the
getting mine at
4th to the
midnight.
5th,
I'm so
right?
yeah, I'm so upset that I didn't change my pickup location, but whatever.
Dude, all that matters is you got to switch. Like it's part of the adventure. Is even if you have to
Yeah,
drive a little bit. Like how many more midnight releases are we gonna get in our lives? It's that's
might be the
not what
last
it
one.
used to be. It might
Yeah.
be. I remember like back in the day, like when Best Buy used to do them, and there's like a midnight release
Yeah.
for like Watch Dogs and stuff. They did it for real
Mhm.
non big deal games. They would do it, and now it's just they don't do it at all
Oh, I will tell
anymore.
you this. So I'm not sure if every store is doing this, right? But I do know for a fact that Best Buys at midnight, if you go to the midnight launch, well, I don't know again if every Best Buy is, but I do know the Best Buy I'm going to will have Nintendo reps there, and they're giving away free swag
Oh,
when you
cool.
pick it up.
Oh, for real?
I believe
Damn.
GameStop is also supposed to have it too, because they
I hope
are
so too.
hiring a bunch of Nintendo Direct or Nintendo Directs, Nintendo
Reps.
like reps. There we go. Nintendo reps who kind of, and I wouldn't even say Nintendo reps because they're just really doing it for that one day. That's it. They're using a third party to kind of hire people so that just for the midnight launch, they'll have people there
Oh,
to go ahead and get that swag. So a lot of free
ah,
swag.
man.
Yeah.
Come on, get off,
But
get off.
that is
Jesus.
all that we have for today. Appreciate everyone for joining us. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch if you're on Twitch as well. Go ahead and check out What's That OST. We do have that up. We will be recording memory cards. I don't know when. We're gonna have to figure that out, see when. But of course we're trying to. I won't promise in June, but definitely for sure starting in July, we're trying to do What's That OST memory cards, try to swap it back and
Every other
forth.
month.
Even if it's the same people over and over again, we'll try to do that. And hopefully we can get different guests so we can have different variety of people, taking part in these videos, I guess. So stay tuned for more on that. Fan, where can they catch you at?
You can catch me at Phaneckswhy at all the socials.
What about you, Ash?
You can catch me at Destroyum. I actually have a video that's supposed to be done by tonight, and I should be able to upload the video by tomorrow. It's basically me talking about the Switch 2 stuff.
Nice. And what about you, Bryant?
At Red So Deep on Blue Sky. Also, you can catch me and James tomorrow playing Split Fiction, where we're having a blast. And then also,
Mhm.
I'm in the latest episode of What's That OST with Ash. And also, memory cards coming soon, memories card coming soon, as
Mhm.
James alluded to. I have to write new questions, as my old questions that I had written almost a year ago have gotten kind of irretrievable. So I'm gonna go ahead and write new questions, and we'll get right back to it.
Yep. And then, as always, you can catch me right here at the Random Encounter, where I do stuff, things, just things, videos, live streams, And we got the podcast, of course, where you can catch us next Thursday as well. And like Brian said, tomorrow we'll have the group stream where we continue Split Fiction. And I'll be back next week with Fire Emblem. Probably just streaming one map because that one map took me all stream yesterday to complete. But I did beat it. And I am happy past that. So hopefully I'll finish Fire Emblem Engage. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Fan. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Brian. We'll catch you guys next time.